Gerhard Richter is celebrated for various questions that he's tackled about painting. How painting connects to its own histories, how different kinds of 20th century painting interact, and the relationship of figuration and abstraction. All of these things come together in this particular painting. It's a key moment of Richter's career where he is looking back on a decade of extraordinary accomplishment and also thinking about how to be a painter in a new decade. Cloud study from 1970 presents us with clouds on a very bright day. The sun is round about the center of the painting, but just to the left of that, there's a very dark cloud that looks like it's carrying rain. Richter might want us to look at this painting and indulge in the beauty of these shapes and forms, different treatments of light and the different colors, but I think that there were more conceptual reasons behind his painting of clouds, some of which were to do with his wrestling with German history and German art history, and some of which were to do with the questions he asked about the relationship of abstraction and figuration. Richter is extremely conscious of the rupture in German history caused by the Nazis and the period of fascism. If you put together all the cloud paintings of 1970, you can see that Richter isn't treating clouds in an old-fashioned and romantic way, but really as a kind of trope from German Romantic painting and something that he wants to subject to all kinds of division, transformation, replication, and repetition. He's subjecting clouds to almost an industrial logic. And that, for me, is part of his grappling with German history and his acknowledgement that it's impossible to be a painter like Caspar David Friedrich anymore. The other question that Richter is asking in the cloud painting concerns Richter's continual investigation of the relationship between abstraction and figuration. Gerhard Richter spent the 60s painting mainly from black and white photographs, and he had also begun a series of experiments with abstraction, for instance his color charts from 1966. And at this point in Richter's career, he begins to make a series of works that feature clouds, seas, and mountains. All of the cloud paintings are made based on photographs that he's taken, and he would group these photographs together in the sheets of his huge compendium of source images, which he called Atlas. In the same year that he made the cloud studies, he made a series of paintings called the Details. These were based on photographs of swirls of paint that he probably mixed up on a palette. These swirls were magnified and began to look like clouds. So between the details and the clouds, you have something very tiny seen very nearby, and something very far away seen at a great distance. But the two images actually look like each other. Richter clearly has a huge corpus of works, and I think that the 70s is one of the least studied and least appreciated chapters of Richter's work. And I'm constantly interested in how, over a huge period of making art, he's never stopped asking key questions.